Hey, it's Ken Rosengart, Lucido Global Team at Keller Williams Realty, and I'm sitting here with Brandon Peacock. Now, this is an amazing guy that I've known probably for 5 years, 4 years. Correct me if
Been a
I'm
while, yeah.
wrong. You're going to tell me 1 year, aren't you? I think it's 4 years, isn't it?
We started, yeah, back in let's see, 2017. We're almost at four. Yeah,
I think
almost at 4 years.
that was back in the B&I days, wasn't it?
Early days of BNI, yeah. I was
Woo!
Peacock working for a duck back then.
We've all had previous lives. I used to be an executive chef for 20 something years, and then, now that I'm 50 something years old now, it's been crazy. So, we were talking the other day, and I'm really excited about what's going on with what you're doing, and I wanted to talk to you about this. Give me a little bit of information about you. You're Brandon Peacock. What does that mean? Where are you working? What are you doing? Share with me.
Sure, yeah, Brandon Peacock. I'm a home solutions advisor. You could also just call me a sales guy, really. But I work with Apex Air. We are a local, and I mean local to Southwest Washington, HVAC company. So heating, ventilation, air conditioning. Um, we specialize in residential, so more than commercial. So residential heating and cooling. Whether your home is brand new, we're in new construction, or if your home is well established, and we're looking to do kind of a retrofit job, or we specialize in pretty much anything residential on that chord. So yeah, I have a whole team of advisors like myself. Someone we actually know mutually got me into HVAC sales, but yeah, it's fantastic. It's probably the most important thing and the most overlooked thing that some people have in their home. So we all need some kind of heat source. We all love to have the air conditioning, and these systems work harder than any other appliance in your home. Yeah, they're always working. So yeah, I didn't prior to this, I didn't realize how big an industry this was, but it's been very
Yeah,
good.
well, every home has to have some kind of a heater, and
Exactly.
the cadets are okay, the ones mounted in the walls, those are okay, but
Hmm.
having that heat pump or that heater in the garage or wherever up in the attic or down in the crawl space,
Yep.
it's more efficient than those cadets. It really
Oh, much
is.
more.
Um, Cool. So you're out helping people with the heating and air conditioning
Hmm.
conversations. What makes Apex a bit different than anybody else locally? I mean, I love that you're local, and especially right now, I've always been talking local, 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 local because we've got to keep it local, got to keep the small guy going. What sets you apart from everybody else?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, because it's got to be like 20 or 30 HVAC companies in Vancouver. Why Apex Air? If you're familiar with the Battleground area, we're right next to John Deere. We share a fence with John Deere, so everybody knows John Deere. But we service all the way out to, see, we're up in Ridgefield. We've gone out to Kalama. We've been in, last week I was in Ariel, Washington. We do go out to Camas. I've been out to Carson. We try to keep it more local, but we do drive. We'll even go into Portland. So um,
Oh,
we are,
I apologize. I didn't mean to
yeah,
interrupt. So it's Southwest Washington and Portland metro area.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So we even have, so Apex Air does a lot of new construction. We're one of the big partners with LGI and DR Horton. There's about a half dozen ones that I'm familiar with. It's a whole different part of Apex, but we're also going out to, let's see, I spent a lot of time in McMinnville this summer, and that was fun. I love McMinnville. But yeah, we're all over the place. Anywhere you need service, anywhere you need some kind of install. Spent a lot of time in Damascus. There's a lot of homes that were damaged from the fires, a lot of ducting that needs redoing. So spent a lot of time Damascus, Estacada, even out in Colton. So yeah, we have a pretty good stretch. We have a big service team to be able to accommodate that kind of need. So, but we're a factory authorized Bryant dealer. Bryant is pretty much the name of the equipment that we sell. We don't sell any others. We know what Bryant requires. We know the specifications that their factory has designed the systems for. So, we're not mixing up with anything else. We have one company and we work with one company, and they've done very well by us. And yeah, it's neat to see where they're going in the industry and how they're pushing ahead of the competition. So we're on the feel like we're on the right rails with the right company. So yeah, it feels good.
I love that. But you specialize. I know your company does new construction. You're doing,
Mhm.
if somebody's going to do an addition to the house, they've got to look at the system for the heating for that new space, and you do the residential piece. That's your primary thing. Let me ask you this: what's something as a homeowner? Because I take my system for granted. I'm bad at it. I wait until it breaks and then I call somebody. I'm like, come fix it, and there you go. What is something that I should be doing on a yearly basis, other than changing the filters? Because we all know that. What
Mhm.
else should I be doing to maintain our system?
So the best thing you can do, other than changing your filter. Now, I do want to touch on that point because changing your filter does two things. One, it keeps your air quality to its optimum point, right? We want to keep the dust down. We want to keep any kind of viruses. I mean, there's all kinds of different filtration, but the biggest thing is keeping the air quality right. But it also keeps those little particles from gumming up your system. You're going to get much better life out of your system just by switching your filter out. It'll shut down a system. In fact, we'll get a lot of calls that say, folks will say, hey, it's not working anymore. One of the first questions we ask is, have you changed your filter? Like, where's your filter at? It's almost like, did you restart your router? Anytime you call tech support, right? That's a huge piece. Filtration is very big. But and I'm not a technician. I'm the last to say I know anything about HVAC when it comes to how things work, but it is very important to make sure that's done annually. I would say absolutely have a maintenance done. And I ask you, Ken, how often do you get your oil changed?
Well, I'm not a good person to ask that one. There's oil in it, and I might do it once or twice, once a year, maybe once every 2 years.
Sure.
So I'm
Yeah,
not the guy for that one. My mechanic loves me. Um,
sure. So once the light comes on, then it's time to take it in, right? Or you get to that 5,000 miles or whatever. I mean, a gas furnace is just that. It's a gas engine. It's running natural gas, of course, and it's got a blower. You want to make sure that it's maintained. Make sure that it's getting taken care of. Filtration does play a huge part in that. But the better you take care of your system, the better the life is for that. And there's homes I'm going to that have 20, 25 years. Even I've found a couple 30-year 30-year systems that are, well, that finally just stopped working. We've replaced some parts in it now and then, but I mean, 30 years on a system, they're rated for about 10 to 15. But yeah, that 20, that's a sweet spot. If you can get 20 years on a system, that's good. That tells you how well it's been maintained over the years.
Very good.
And these aren't small investments. These are especially right now. I hope it's okay. I'm gonna talk a little about some things that I do, some things I ask customers. Okay, we talk about that.
Please, yeah.
So I want a customer. If I'm meeting somebody, I'm sitting with them, talking about them before I even talk about. Okay, here's where your furnace is. I want to know what they want in a system. Do they want to be comfortable? Do they want even temperature? Do they want low energy costs? Do they want small eco footprint? Like, what does that look like? How efficient, how quiet does it need to be? We've all been around a loud air conditioner, and so that's a very relevant question for a lot of folks. I do ask about air quality, but we've never spent this much time in our homes until lately. This pandemic has really brought a lot of folks home that would be out working, out traveling. So you've never really known what the temperature is like at 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock or even midnight. So how comfortable is your home? What's your air quality like? Do you have mold problems? Do you have humidity problems? Nationally, they say best average temp is 72 degrees and about 50% humidity. What's that look like for the average home? That's actually pretty comfortable. Ask some of my family, they prefer it 67 degrees and, kind of like a meat locker. Yeah. But
I'm
everybody has a
laughing.
different.
I'm laughing because our house, we have the heat set for 67, 68 degrees, and
There
my wife is always walking around. Susan, my wife is always walking around with a sweater, or my daughter
Mhm.
will actually come to the kitchen table for dinner sometimes, and she'll throw a blanket on her, and I'm sitting there in a shorts and t-shirt, and I'm like, what's the problem here?
Yeah.
That's funny. Wow, 72. Okay, that seems really warm for me, but interesting.
But humidity plays a huge part in that. So a big thing for something I do is I actually come in and I have a little reader that tells you It runs takes half an hour. And it tells you your temperature, your humidity, your any kind of particulates, air molecules, things like that. All those tiny little dust mites little things floating around on a. If you're in a dark room, you're looking through, like some light that goes through your blinds. You see all those little floaty specks, right? There's dust that's so small it can't even be affected by gravity or wind. It has to bond to other particles to be able to settle. Those are the things that I'm looking at. What's really going on in your home? And most folks, they don't look at that. So I love to be able to bring that to light. Here's the condition of your home. Here's some things that can help. And that's,
Wow.
yeah, I feel like I've never gotten this much gratitude in a job, just being able to help people out exactly where they're at in their home.
Well, we don't know what we don't know, and all we're really doing in our house is, pre-COVID, is we would get up in the morning, we would take a shower, we'd go to work, we come home, we eat dinner, we watch an hour or two of TV, and then we go to bed, and then we get up and do it all over again. So, we're not home during the day now. With COVID, we're all at home now. We're
Yeah.
talking about COVID, so let me ask you this, because I know,
Yeah.
especially right now, it's a concern.
Mhm.
And we've all taken steps. I mean, in real estate, we've got specific things we have to do in order to look at a house, meet with a client,
Mhm.
show a house. There's got to be some things that you guys are having to pay attention to. What are some of
Oh,
to
sure.
put people at rest? What are some of the COVID things that you're doing to make sure that your clients and your prospective clients are protected?
Sure. So I'm always the first point of contact, unless somebody sees one of our vans and walks up to one of our guys down an install. I'm usually the first person that goes out and meets them. I keep a thermometer in my car. This is what on my way to work, I'll use it. Sometimes if it's midday, I might even use it just on my way to an appointment just to make sure. I'm always checking my temperature. We're all very aware of the symptoms. And it's very interesting times. But when it comes down to it, we try to be as careful as possible. I always wear a mask, even if even if somebody says I got this gator right here. Love the HVAC plug for Gensco there, right? I've got other masks. I'm loaded up in PPE stuff. I've got little boots, little slip covers over my shoes. I try to be as limited as possible when I'm in a home, other than taking measurements and sitting at a table with them. I'm not all over the place. Very careful. When it comes to our installers and our service techs, we're always masked up. We're always wearing booties. We're always very careful. We try to stay away at least 6 feet apart from any client that we're sitting next to or talking to. And it's a curious thing. We have a lot of curious customers, curious clients who they want to see what's going on. They want to know a little bit about their system, and that's fine as long as we're being careful.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody has to start at the office. That's been mandated. So when you get to the office, take your temperature, and you report ahead of time if you have any symptoms, or if you're feeling buggy, if you had if you had maybe some bad fast food that may be giving you adverse reactions, if you know what I mean. That could be a symptom. And so we just very careful about it. We're trying to do this the right way because we know how essential this is. And when you have a home that has no heat and you have nobody that can come out, then so it's very important to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves,
Right.
so that we can take care of our customers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So, I heard you had mentioned something to me the other day that, and I love this because it's about helping and giving back when you can, and I think that is absolutely amazing. And you had mentioned to me that I could nominate somebody if I knew that was in a bit of a bind. And because of COVID, because there's so much going on with COVID, people have lost their jobs, businesses are closing, but you guys are doing something special for people.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Tell me about it.
Yeah. I've been trying to rephrase this in my head, and I think it's just be better to read this little announcement that we have. So Apex Air wants to give someone Apex Air wants to keep someone warm and toasty this winter season. We are looking for a family currently without heat or is in need of a furnace replacement and is struggling with a financial impact. We will select one family and replace their furnace at no cost to them. Now we offer 0% financing. That's a big program that we have, but this one above and beyond, sometimes, just the extra reach out. But in order to be considered for or nominated for consideration, so if you say know somebody that you want to nominate, we will need you to send us a message telling us about your family or the family, the home and the furnace, the type of furnace that isn't working properly by December 21st. So we only got a couple weeks left on this. We also need a picture of the furnace if possible. Apex Air will select the family on December 28th and hope to have the furnace installed by the first of the year. So
Wow.
I have an email address. This will be my sales manager. It'd be charlesl@apexairco.com. Or I think you have my email, so if you post it, we can put my email in there too. So pretty much anybody. I'd like to keep it local. So if you know somebody, or if you know somebody that knows somebody who's looking for a furnace to get heat, we want to take care of somebody this holiday season. So I think I don't think it's the second. I think we're at second or third year of doing this. But yeah, it's been fantastic. Really cool to see, you know, see people where they're at and be able to help them out. For the,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to keep them warm. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, it's an investment into the community, and right now things are just really tough. And I know there's some people out there that that are really struggling, and
Sure.
this is a thing that goes out when you don't expect it, because we don't really
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to it. To be quite honest with you, let's be real. We don't
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to it, and then in the middle of winter, the heat goes out, and it's always the hottest week. We have one hot week a year here in the Pacific Northwest, and that one week is when all the air conditionings go out.
Yep.
Um,
It's
but
typical. Yep.
yeah, and this time of year, because so many people are having a hard time, I
Mm-hmm.
commend you guys for that, and I want to get the word out. So I'm glad that we chose to do this, that we can share this. So let me
Yeah.
understand this correctly. If I know somebody who is really in a bind,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, they're out of work, or they're having a hard time, or they're just barely scraping it, and their heaters at when it goes out, I can nominate that person, give as much information as I can about the system that they have, if I can, but
Mm-hmm.
email you guys the information that I can. And if I can include a picture of their system, that helps, because that helps you set up what you need to do. And then I
Yep.
email, you said Charles L.
Yeah. Charles L. CHARLES L for Ledbury at apexairco.com.
Very good.
Or yep. Yeah, or you can call us, our phone number for the office, 360-342-8109. Yeah, right. We're right next to the John Deere. We're in Vancouver. So yeah, if any way to reach out, if they reach out to you, you can pass them my number. I'm
And
always good
what's
to
your
take a phone
number?
call.
What is your
My phone
number?
number?
Yeah.
My direct line is 360-910-1788.
So
And
everybody,
yeah.
you heard that when your heater goes out at 1:00 in the morning, just give them a call. No, I'm just kidding. Just do it at 9 a.m. Um,
Yeah.
I say that with love, right?
Yeah.
Brandon, what else do I need to know? Because you're telling me Apex, is helping the community.
Mhm.
You want to stay local. You are
Mhm.
local. You're an amazing guy. I've known you for, apparently I thought it was 3 or 4 years, but it's 3 years going on 4.
Yeah.
What else do I need to know about how you're going to help a client and their heating needs?
Oh man. I think the biggest thing is our team. Like I used to work by myself, for myself, under a company name, but I was completely independent. I've never worked with a team like this, fully geared towards service. I've worked grocery retail, spent 11 years doing that. I mean that in a different way, because everybody worked very well together in that. In this capacity, I have people who know more than I do about this stuff. So I can always reach out to somebody who has 15, 20, even 30 years of experience in HVAC. I mean, we're a newer company with a lot of experience. Our owners, Tim and Vinny, have over 40 years in this industry. So we have a lot of people with a lot of knowledge, and we just work really well together. We're also training the new guys. We're bringing up the new workforce, and there's a ton of need and almost even a shortage of this. So um, the biggest thing is, yeah, when it comes down to it, we have a team of people. If I don't know something, I know somebody who does know something. We have
I,
a whole support system of that.
I love the fact that the team thing, because I have a real estate team, and the
Mhm.
cool thing about that is I've been doing this since 2006, 14 years. And
Wow.
my wife's been doing it for the same amount of time. Yes, I'm old.
Mhm.
I just celebrated that old age number. Um, but the cool thing about a team is that, I still don't know everything, and my team teaches me something every single day,
Mhm.
and it's truly amazing when you have a group of people working together the way it is. It makes life a lot easier, and you get to help more people.
Sure.
The cool thing is, and I can see it in your face, is you're excited, you're having fun, you're having a good
Yeah.
time doing this, and
It
you're
is fun.
helping a
Yeah.
lot of people. Let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
you're helping a lot of people.
And I do it from my mobile office, my little car. Yeah.
That's awesome. All
Yeah.
right, so real quick,
Hmm.
name, phone number, email address of you. So if somebody wants to get in touch with you about a system or process, or even just say, hey, I got a friend who needs a system to get into that the December 21st program, what's all your contact information? Say it slow, and,
Hmm.
and, and give me that information again for you.
Okay. So for me, if you're looking for a new system, you can call Brandon Peacock, Peacock, like the bird, at Apex Air. My direct line is 360-910-1788. I haven't changed that since high school, believe it or not. You can reach our office for usually better service support. You can call our service department directly, 360-342-8109. And our address, Apex Air 18004 Northeast 72nd Avenue. That's Vancouver, Washington, 98686. But yeah, anything you need for heating, ventilation, or air conditioning.
Very good. Very good. Hey, I appreciate your time so much. I really do. And if there's anything I can do to help you because you're helping the community, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. And you know what,
Thank you.
everybody? Here's the thing. I've known Brandon for three or 4 years. Honest as the day is long in my experience. So if you really need some help and you really need some good service, give them a call for your HVA system needs, whether it's new construction or it's residential. Give them a call. They got some answers. Apparently, with 30 years experience, they can get the answer pretty quickly too if they need to. So,
Yeah,
Brandon, thank you so much for your time, man. I really, really appreciate it.
my pleasure, Ken. Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
You're very welcome. Talk to you later. Appreciate it.
See ya.